Hey, what's up, David? This is a quick demo video for you for your KR Sabers Master Quiqon with Goth Master Chassis. So this is installed with a Proffie V3. You had bought this secondhand, the Saber and the entire kit. Rest assured, it came with all the pieces that I needed. Everything was in great working order, so I wasn't missing anything. All right, so it is a one-button setup, and that is your switch right here. So we'll go over how to use a one-button setup on a Proffie. I got your 5 sound fonts on here that you sent me. Not sure where they came from. They looked a little misnamed. I know that a few of them are from KSIF, but we'll cycle through them. All right. To get to your battery first, let's talk about your battery and your crystal chamber first. To get that, you want to unscrew this emitter. You would ask me if this took an 18350 from the pictures, and so initially when I looked at the pictures, I said, no, that looks a little bit more, or that looks a little longer than an 18350. I think it's an 18650, and I was wrong. This is an 18500. All right. When you take this piece off right here, that exposes your crystal chamber. We're going to leave this off when we turn the Saber on, but you've got your crystal right there. You've got your stock NPXL up here. This is your battery door, and it is on magnets. It will pop up a little bit because the magnets go quite into the chassis, and it just helps you pop it up. But when you put the emitter on, let me put that in right. When you take the emitter and you put it on, it slides down like it should. All right, so you take that off, it pops up a little bit. You can pop this off. That's how you get to your 18500 battery, and you will just need a tool. I'm going to use the back of my pair of tweezers. You can use anything flat. A lot of people like to use like a Lego tool. I don't have any Legos, but just come over here and kind of pop your battery off diagonally, and then you can pull it out. It is a tight fit, but it'll go. All right, so alternatively, what I didn't realize is you could stick your finger through this hole. That's actually what the chassis is made for, and you can push your battery that way with your finger. So you don't need a tool for this. All right, I take that back. But that's your battery compartment. The negative side of your battery goes in there. You can just hardly make out your leaf spring. I'm going to have a hard time focusing in on that, but it is back there. All right. So we'll put our battery back in, snap it in place, and again, if I wanted to take my finger back here, push my battery, that's how I do it. All right. But we'll snap it in place. We're going to leave this off for a second. I am going to put the brass cover back on it. It's held on with 4 magnets. To get to the kill switch in the board, what you want to do is unscrew your pommel right here. It is a 2-piece guy, so you're going to want to make sure you don't drop anything. All right, put this off to the side. If you're not careful, this piece will come out. This is your vented piece, so you just want to be careful when taking that off. All right, when you take that pommel all the way off, you'll see your speaker here. Just go like that. It's in its own speaker pod with a stock PCB connector. This is a 28mm KR speaker. When you look in there, maybe a little hard to see. Let me see if I can shine some light. Too much light. When you look in there, you can see that's your kill switch up top here. That's your kill switch up top, and then you've got access to your SD card and your micro USB down there. That is a terrible way to show you. I apologize. It's a bit dark in there, and then my lighting isn't quite set up for that, but you can see your SD card and your board access, and then you'll notice there's a little piece that's glued onto the kill switch. That's to help you come over here and flip it on. All right, so we're just going to come over here and flip it on, just like that. When you flip it on, I've got your crystal pulsing when the Saber's off. When you put your speaker pod in, you are going to want to pay attention to the orientation. These aren't just designs in the speaker pod. This little space right here in the upper corner of that speaker pod has to go over where the kill switch is, or the pins won't make connection right. So once you do that a few times, you'll get the hang of it real quick. All right, and then we'll come over here. We'll put our pommel on, hit power. Now when the Saber's on, the crystal goes solid. You got this lighted up, but I just wanted to show you that the crystal does indeed work when the pommel or the the emitter is off. And I gave you twist off, and of course we go back to pulsing, and that pulsing is the same on all 5 fonts. All right, so we'll go ahead, put our emitter on now, and screw it all the way down. Screw it down nice and tight. Hit power. Now blaster bolts, you just tap. For a blade lockup, you can do a double tap and then hold it down. And we'll do a twist off and put a blade in this guy. All right, so 1-inch diameter blade. Let's use my other blade. This one's a little tight. There we go. This one's good. This is my test blade from Space Windu. So this is a TriStar blade, but this saber is, of course, set up for a full-length blade. All right. But it lights up the blade very well. Sometimes it's easier to see the color on my hand. Now, if you want to play your soundtrack on a 1-button setup, when the blade is off, do a quick double tap. All right, do another. Oops. Do a quick double tap when the blade's off to turn it off. Now, of course, you can have that playing when the blade is on. I just don't typically do that. To go to the next sound font, you want to do a long press.
I'm Quiqon too.
All right, we'll do it again.
Greed can be a powerful ally.
Very solid when it's all put together. And this one has a brushed finish on the aluminum, so not a fingerprint magnet like the last one I did for you, which I believe was the other day, the AS2. That one, you'll get fingerprints just looking at it.
Quiqon Jinn.
All right.
Alliance.
Alliance for sure, Kasith. I believe one of his newer ones. I could be wrong about that, but I know I did pick up Alliance and Dissonance at the same time. So we're going to take the blade out of here. I'm going to show you that your blade plug works. I have it laying right here. So this is your blade plug. Slides in there nice and even. We'll lock it down. We'll come over here and take our pommel off. I suppose we'll go ahead and take the emitter off too, because when you have this pommel off, you're not going to be able to tell if the saber's on, and I kind of want to show you. I always like to show that the kill switch is doing what it's supposed to do here. So we'll turn it on so that crystal is solid. All right, that crystal's solid. We'll come over here and flip the kill switch back, and it kills power like it should. So that is basically your Master Quiqon with Master Chassis. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out in the mail to you by tomorrow. Thanks, David.